My boyfriend made me feel like a third wheel in our own relationship, so I broke up with him because it was draining me. Now, he's telling me I'm just like his ex, and I should have done a better job of draining him. Posted by you/NoLong5032. I, 34F, have been dating Leon, 42M, for 2 years. My uncle became friends with Leon when they started working together and he started coming to family gatherings and birthdays. Leon is a great guy and we get along instantly. My family always talk to me about him, saying he's a great guy. One day, he asked me out on a date and I said yes, and we started dating. Leon has 2 children, 14M and 12M. His wife died in an accident 9 years ago. Now, here's the problem. Leon always talks about his wife. I know it sounds ugly to complain about it, but I don't say it with jealousy, I mean it uncomfortably. He mentions her in intimate moments of our time, such as when we finish having intimacy or when we're having a date. Sometimes he just starts telling me random anecdotes about his wife and I just stay there, feeling like I'm sleeping with a married man and I'm the side piece. I don't ask for much, just to have a date where it's just me and him, a date where I don't feel like a married man's second lover, a man who talks about the things we like. He goes to the psychologist, so according to him, he's working better on his grief, but I doubt it very much. I'm not the first girlfriend he had after his wife passed away. He still has contact with his wife's family, which is obvious since they are the grandparents of his children, and I have met them in person only one time because all they did was tell me how much Leon and his wife loved each other and they treat me really badly. I remember that they put a video with photos of Leon and his wife when they married while I was just standing because they didn't even give me a chair to sit on. I think in their minds it is cute for me to see my boyfriend with his wife. I don't know, it's not cute, it's weird. He always says in front of me that she was the love of his life. I find it cute, but when I think about the future, I'm just like, I really want to get old with a man who is making it clear that he will never love me. Is that the kind of love I want? I want to be the only one for my future husband. One time, I took him to my favorite place and he just said, "It's beautiful. I wish my wife was here so we could show her this. You two would have been good friends." It's like being a third wheel in my own relationship. I can tell a lot of situations like these, a lot. We talked about this, most of the time he just says that he does that without thinking, but then he seems to forget about it and goes back to his usual behavior and I'm tired. The only time I talked about this with my family, I was only told that a real woman wouldn't be jealous of a dead woman and would be happy to be with a man who has loved another woman like that and expect him to love me almost the same, that I shouldn't expect him to love me in the same way since all love is different and that I should just be empathetic and supportive of him. For the record, I'm not jealous, I'm uncomfortable. I listened to them but nothing got better. I've been feeling so much pressure to go through with this that I can't take it anymore. Anyways, I stopped listening to my family and finally talked with my friend who's a psychologist and she told me that his behavior is not healthy for anyone and that I should think for myself. She texted, "Good for him for loving his wife so much, but you don't deserve to be used as an emotional support doll," and she's right. I have decided to cut off the relationship, but this year marks 10 years since the death of his wife. Not only his family, even my family is helping them to host a family reunion in honor of her with the things she likes. I think it's a nice thing to do, but I'm totally ready to end the relationship. I'm afraid I'm going to be the bad guy in the story. The 10th anniversary is in July. I want to end the relationship now, but I fear that I will be a pos if I do that this year when he is so vulnerable, and even my family is pushing me to act like I was his wife's best friend. He even says that his wife and I would be good friends if we had met. Why would you want your wife to be best friends with a woman you're sleeping with right now? It's too weird. I think I'm insane because everyone around me sees it as something cute. In short, I don't know if I should break up with him right now or wait until I don't know, next year? Would I be a pos if I break up with him now? Update 1. A few people who lived the same situation messaged me and that really helped me to feel understood. I finally talked with all my friends about everything he did. I always avoided doing that because I knew they were going to tell me that I should leave him, but I just ended up being trapped by everyone else's words. We didn't love each other and that's obvious even if he says he doesn't think so. The next day, I finally talked to Leon. I really needed to break up at that point. He came to see me at my house and I told him we needed to talk. I went straight to the point, saying I want to end the relationship, and he instantly asked me what he did wrong. We literally had this talk before and he does know what things make me feel uncomfortable. I was tired so I just proceeded to list everything he did, how he never defended me from his in-laws, how he never made an effort to stop naming his wife all the time even though I told him 1,000 times that it made me uncomfortable, how he makes me feel like I'm the third in my own relationship. He apologized, saying the same as always, that he doesn't realize it when he does that. We've had this discussion before many times, but this time, I told him I want to break up. I also told him that I don't think his therapist is helping, but Leon just said he is helping him and he feels mentally well. Leon told me that we could start going together with his therapist because he knows that it can be hard for a woman to be with a widower. Jealousy is a normal thing in this kind of case, and that really triggered me. I've let both his and my family make me believe that I'm crazy jealous. I've let even blogs about widower couples fill my head with things like, you just have to be empathetic, don't expect him to love you. He's always going to love his first wife more, so just get used to it and be a good woman. I've let myself be trampled on just because everyone told me that getting over a loss is difficult and I have to be empathetic and think about the other. I'm so damn tired of it. I'm tired of being empathetic. I've been dragging this thought for months, and in that moment, I just burst out. We yelled at each other. We said a lot of things to each other, but at the end of it all, he went on with his mentality that I'm wrong and I'm just jealous. He said that I clearly don't feel ready to date a widower, and I ended up being like his ex. I told him that he's a hypocrite, that he filled his mouth talking crap about his ex-girlfriend, but now I'm sure that he treated her like he treated me. He probably took a submissive woman to fulfill the void and took us as intimacy dolls. None of that echoed in his mind because he left my house saying I'm just jealous of a ghost and I disappointed him. I'm fed up. I'm so angry while I write this. As soon as he left the house, I sent my mother a message, saying that I'm not going to live the same life of my sister-in-law, living in the shadow of a woman who's no longer in this world, and they should have empathy for me and not for a man who's not even their family. I told her that I'm tired of being pressured and I don't care if I die single. I'm sure they don't care about how I feel. In the end, they will keep saying that I have a cold heart like always, but I want to not care about that anymore. My friends are staying at my house to keep me company, and I can finally get all the accumulated crap out of my brain with them. I don't feel good being second, and I know I'll always be second. I don't want to replace the place of the first wife, and I know that even if I wanted to, I never will. I know a lot of people feel good with that kind of relationship, but not me. Maybe I'm really cold-hearted, but I'm surely not that empathetic. If his wife were alive, he would clearly never choose me. He wouldn't even look at me. I don't like that kind of love, and I really had a hard time accepting that I don't want that kind of love for myself. I feel that I am still young and I can wait for a man to have me as the first choice in his heart. I hope Leon can overcome his traumas and be happy, but not with me. Someone messaged me that I don't deserve his love, but what love are we talking about? I'm just an intimacy doll at this point. For now, he's not going to change and doesn't want to change, but that's not my business. I'm not a bedroom therapist anymore. I'd rather be single forever than fall in love with that. I want to start more therapy and Pilates. I'm still obviously affected by all of this and nothing really changed. Nothing would change that fast, but I'm just happy that I'm free now.